G'day, this is Captain Australia, and I suppose this is a Captain Australia news update. Boom, boom. So yeah, I am right now 28k out of Ulladulla, and let me just lift this up so I can see what's happening. 28k out of Ulladulla. I want to make another 10k before I camp so that I can easily roll into Ulladulla tomorrow morning, be there by lunchtime. There is, I've been told, a big storm coming. Ideally, I'd like to make that 10k before the storm hits, pitch camp, and then be all set to, you know, resist the weather with my lovely magic tarp. We'll see how we go. If the storm hits before then, I'll probably just keep pushing through rather than panic and pitch a hurried camp and all the rest, because I think making the distance is important. If I camped right now, tomorrow it'd probably take me 6 hours to get into Ulladulla, so up at 6, could still be there a bit after lunchtime, no big deal. How far now, says Melissa? I'm 28k from Ulladulla and I want to camp in 10k from now, 18k out of Ulladulla, so I would arrive just before noon tomorrow. That is my intent. But first, I want to tell you about, I just had a walk. Look at this, by the way. I was given this strawberry and pistachio French tartet, rocket fuel for a superhero. So gonna gobble that. Here's the thing. With all of the kindness, Powerade and food you people are giving me, I'm going to gain 10 kilos on a big ordeal walk from Brisbane to Melbourne. I think my thyroid medicine, because it hasn't been kept refrigerated, isn't working anymore, so that's probably not going to help too. Anyway, I want to tell you about this lovely, like Coralie the Wonder-Scout is what I'm calling it. I just had the absolute privilege, her mum Melissa brought her out. This girl is 12 years old, but in her outlook, her physicality, her demeanor, everything, she just comes across as a mature young woman, you know, like she's like 17 or 18 or something. She's so intelligent, well-spoken, driven. So this girl, she said she's inspired by my story and she wanted to meet me and walk with me for a bit. Came out, brought me this again. Lovely rocket fuel for a superhero tart. And we walked down the road and just talked about, she is in the running, in the top 4 to be the #1 best scout in New South Wales. So she was wearing a scout uniform with all her badges for CPR, orienteering, first aid, all these skills that I'm kind of just on the job faking it as I do my big walk. And she's an Air Force cadet, and she's flown a plane. So this young lady is phenomenal. I can't tell you how impressed I was by her. And the thing is, for me, I see that and I see hope. I see this delightful hope for just the future as us as a species, as a society, because you've got fine young people like that, driven to develop their skills and oriented towards learning and helping. Just amazing. So yeah, shout out to Coralie, mate. You said you were honoured. Nonsense. The privilege and the honour was all mine, mate. I wish you all the very best in your young life, and I know I don't need to, because my heart tells me you're going to have it anyway, because, I mean, you are a breath of light into the world, my friend. So here, John Hadfield says, Cap, that tart looks really great. Rocket fuel, great name, stay safe and hopefully dry. Well, if the storm hits, it hits. So it's 4:30 to 5 now, somewhere around there. So I've got a good 2.5 hours before the sun starts to fail. So in that time, I'm gonna do a good solid march. My new boots are holding up well. I wanna make that 10K, so when I camp, I'm 18K out of Ulladulla or better, so that I can just swagger in the morning, take that accommodation, deal with some laundry, and then meet the lovely locals for beer. Donna says, stay dry, it's starting to rain in Burrell Lake. I don't know where that is, but I'm guessing that's somewhere between where I am and Ulladulla. So I probably will get wet before I camp. The most important thing is not staying dry when you're hiking. It's not freaking out about the water. Don't change your clothes. Don't, like, let the stuff you're wearing get wet. As long as it's not cold and there's a wind chill that you're going to get sick or have issues, you get wet, big deal. But then when you have camp, you need to have dry clothes, dry gear to change into. So I have that. I will sleep comfortably tonight either way, and if these clothes are wet, I'll bag them up and launder them at Ulladulla. Joe says Burrell Lake is just south of Ulladulla. Okay, so look, maybe I'll be lucky and in the next couple of hours the storm won't hit. If I can set up camp before it does, I'll resist it pretty well. I'm pretty confident in my new magic tarp. So, look, all is going well. I am doing wonderfully. If you saw the contrast of me 1 year ago versus me now, it would give you hope. You would see that no matter how dark and crippling the cage is, no matter what shape it takes, if you have a little hope, you can pick the lock and escape it, you know? Because I have gotten stronger in every dimension that matters as a human being. Physically, you know, in my mind, in my heart, in my spirit, in my personal ethics, all of that. So that the big walk has given me that, and I think I get to take it home with me. So what a gift. And you've given me that too. I've been inspired constantly by the kindness that I'm seeing. And somehow past Nowra, it's been constant and unrelenting. People keep beeping and pulling over and here's some water, mate. I can't run out of... So I'm carrying my like a day's worth of water in my pack and on my person, in my canteen. I haven't had to touch it. And now in my bum here, well, in my back pocket, I've got like 1.5 liters, I guess that is. So I keep getting surplus water. I just can't, I can't go through it all. And that's just due to the kindness of people going past. And bless you for it. Thank you for it. Yeah, it's a bit grey and I can tell it's going to rain at some point, but I'm going to sit here. I am going to gobble down this delightful tart. And if you just joined us, this was given to me by Melissa, Mum, and Coralie the Wonder-Scout, who just had a walk with me. Strawberry and pistachio French tartette, rocket fuel for a superhero. And you look at that. Let's open the bad boy up. Come on. Let's just get stuck in there, I reckon. We just got to see how this tastes, huh? Oh, come on, old fella. There you go. Oh, it's dense. It's heavy. This is quite... It's not light and fluffy. It's dense. Mmm. Delicious. Mmm. Storm just passed through Kiama. Okay. So it's coming in from both sides, north and south, huh? Diane says, hi from Archer. That looks delicious. It is bloody delicious, and shiggity shout out to my mate Uggity Archer. How are you, Archer, buddy? Diane, is he still in hospital or is he out now? Margaret says, yum yum, looks delicious. It is. I love pistachio nuts too. Mmm. Oh. Mmm. The tart itself is like caramel. What does it say on here? Doesn't say. French tartette. Tartlet, strawberry and pistachio, so it doesn't talk about the tart in there, but it sort of tastes caramelly. It's delicious. He will be in hospital until May. May. Jesus. Diane. Oh, Archer, mate, stay strong, buddy. If you're watching, you're a bloody great friend, mate, and I thank you for your unrelenting support, Archer. Knowing you're there cheering me on, buddy, helps me keep going. So I got a storm coming in, and look, sunlight coming through. There's storm, but I feel so, like the John Denver song. Sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy. Well, a little bit of sunshine comes through, mate, and you, Archer, are a ray of sunshine as well, buddy. So when I'm tired or getting wet in the rain, and I need to keep on marching, it's people like you, and you specifically, my friend, that I think of. His estimated date of discharge is 2nd of May, could be slightly earlier, could be longer. Oh, well, stay strong, stay patient, and push through, I guess. There's no alternative, is there? Oh. 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 Sorry. Oh, I haven't only been eating the protein bars, but the foods that I've been eating have either been, they've been given to me, there's been a bit of chicken or a bit of pizza or a burger. I haven't had this kind of dessert in a while, and oh my God, my tongue is saying, Simon, I want to marry this tart. I want to make babies with it. Okay, that's how you chug a bottle of water, people. Sorry, you gross old man. He's laughing at your loving of such a dessert. Archer, here's a competition for you, buddy. All right, I am going to take a bite of that dessert, and I'm going to try just to not make a noise. Okay, I'm going to be trying not to make a noise, to just eat it like a normal person. Okay, so let's see. So we'll get pistachios on the edge here, bit of strawberry. I can't do it. Oh, that's so good. Oh, mate. Captain Australia loses, Archer. Mate, you need to have one of these, buddy. So for anybody who ever wants to try one, it is a strawberry and pistachio French tarlette, or tartette, it looks like. And I don't know, there's no brand of the shop that, oh yes there is, hang on. We'll put that over there. It is made by Mrs. Johnson's Pies. Gourmet sweet pies baked using heirloom recipes and traditional techniques. That is at Ulladulla. I may have to visit them again when I'm in Ulladulla, I think. So if you want to try one of them, you can get one from Mrs. Johnson's Pies at Ulladulla. Oh. Okay. Oh my God. Alright, so you know where I am, you know what's going on. Gonna push through, make 10 more K, camp. Ideally, somewhere between 18 and 15K out of Ulladulla, just before dark. And ideally, the storm hasn't hit yet. I'll be fine in the storm. Very confident overnight with my camp pitched properly. Storm is not a problem. My gear is simple and primitive. It's just a hammock and a tarp, but it's effective. And now I've got a really nice warm sleeping bag, Murray's mother's blanket, which is a beautiful pillow now, and a beanie with a light on it and a few other bits and bobs, so I couldn't be more set. Pardon me. As to the less tangible aspects of the big walk, I couldn't be happier with where I'm at, to be honest. You know, you would think it gets harder and harder as you go. I'm just getting stronger and stronger. On the charity side, I think we're just inching our way up towards 100 grand, which is delightful. Thank you for supporting such a wonderful and worthy charity. It's called the Kids Cancer Project. It's all about research into treatments that soften and improve the effectiveness. Research into treatments of pediatric cancer to soften and improve the effectiveness of those treatments. So, that's great. I think I might have just eaten a bug. Yep. Oh. Captain Australia just ate some kind of a bug. Oh well. Kylie says, may have to make a trip to Ulladulla for a tart. Yep, I highly recommend it. Margaret's done a check, it's 95,000. So, yeah, we're getting there. I think a little bit more media, a few more stories in the news, and that'll push it over the line for sure. I think a lot of people locally are quite aware of what I'm doing. Weirdly, since now, there's just been constant beeps and waves, and maybe it's just we're getting more into that sort of country folk territory, and country folk are friendlier. Maybe, could be that, but it seems that more of them have seen the news, heard the radio, and know what's going on, which is great. So yeah, Kids Cancer Project, Captain Australia's Big Walk, woo, there we go, gee. But yeah, I want to shout out again to Coralie. What a lovely human being that young lady is. She's 12 years old, walked with me for a K or two, and what a privilege. Gives me hope for us as a species. People like you, Archer, and her, Coralie, the light that is inside you tells me that the human race, you know, we may just get there yet. You know, there's a lot of doom and gloomy types who say that, you know, we're in for a bit of trouble. You know, COVID is the end of the world, or, you know, there's war brewing between this one and that one and this one and that one. But when I see young people like Coralie and you, Archer, I think, well, you know what? Maybe we have to try pretty hard to wreck it. You know, people like that working. You know, we'll be all right. So 95k, how amazing, says Diane. Yep, we're getting there. I would love to see it just surge forward. I think as we get into Melbourne, that's going to be a wave of awareness and media support. I think that'll help push the numbers up as well. I'd love to achieve the 250 grand stated goal, but it doesn't matter. It's just money, and money's just like an arbitrary thing. It's just a number. It just represents value. For me, it's just the idea that it saves one life. So, you know, Archer, if the work that I'm doing to help this Kids Cancer Project helped you or a child like you, it makes it all completely worthwhile. From my own suffering, cancer, treatment, recovery, and the walk itself, every single day of that, I'd do it all again if it could just help one person like you, Archer. So, mate, you have to keep on keeping on, my friend. Do not let being in hospital get you down, buddy. Have fun, enjoy yourself, play games, have giggles, watch the foolish old man moaning over his tart, and oh my God! That's what suffering gets you. If you don't eat sweets for like a month, when you have them, oh my God. Joy after suffering is the best kind of joy. So Matt says, good to see you at the Peaches. Was a proud moment, you bloody legend. Where's the Peaches? Good to see you at the Peaches. The storm is around Mogo at the moment, Captain. I don't know where Mogo is, but it sounds to me like I'm hearing, oh yep, and it's coming, it's moving in quick, here it comes, Captain. Watch the lightning out there, Captain, depending on the storm, of course. Rough camp tonight, isn't it? Yes, Redback Jones, bum bum diggity bum bum, yeah, Redback Jones, bum bum bum, Redback Jones. He's gonna save the day, he's gonna fight the bad guys, Redback Jones. Sorry, mate, I hear your name and I think, you know, 80s action show. We need to get you on the telly. Oh, no, don't blow my tart down there. Oh, I caught it. Oh, he saved it. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to emergency tart. Now I need emergency chug. 1 second. And then I will address your inquiry, Redback Jones. Okay. So yes, rough camp tonight. And I am aware also that a lot of the forest around here has seen bushfire damage. So there are dead trees and falling hazards. So I'll be mindful of that. Storm, wind, falling hazards and tripping hazards to me are the biggest hazards, rough camp. Then followed by snakes and other pests. Matt says, I pulled over a chat on the highway where they sell peaches. Oh, okay. I didn't know they sold peaches there, buddy. Yeah. Ricky Jenkins, the 3-second rule. I thought it was a 7-second rule. I'm not sure my old man reflexes can do 3 consistently, but I'm pretty good with 7. But yeah, when I've hitched camp, I'll be aware of the storm. And if you sit in a hammock, you are near a couple of trees, so you want robust, ideally young trees, and no real falling hazards around you. Big wind or, you know, a strike of lightning or whatever, if a branch comes down, you know, that can be the end of it all. Good night. So, yeah, I'm aware of that, mindful of that. So I think, you know, as primitive as the conditions may be, I've gotten to a level where I can prioritise safety over comfort, and ideally find a place that is comfortable and safe. So no worries at all. And tomorrow night, I'll be sleeping over a pub at Ulladulla. That's going to be wonderful. I'll be sitting around with the locals, my mate Phil and whoever else wants to come along for a beer. I've met a few people on the road today, told them I'll be there, and they said, oh cool, we'll come in and have a beer. So we might have a table with a few like-minded individuals just talking about life, death, the universe, and having some fellowship. That'll be lovely. Scott says, I'll be careful at the small road top Milton. Okay, yeah, I've been told that the road narrows and can be a bit iffy. There's a few bridges along here that get a bit iffy. Mogo is not far from Maria, Cap. Take care out there tonight. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to get wet while I do this last little spurt. But I don't want to camp this far out. I'm like 27, 28k from Ulladulla. And although, yes, I can deal with that tomorrow morning and get in there like 1 o'clock or something, I would rather be able to get in at lunchtime tomorrow, and that's what I said I was going to do. And there might be people there, you know, wanting to meet me. I don't want to throw anybody out or anything. So I'm going to push for another 2.5 hours and get as close as I can before I camp. And if it rains, it rains. So all good. I've eaten my tart. Yummy, yummy. Oh, the box is quite annoyingly shaped. I can put that on a carabiner on the back of my bag. That'd be alright. I do not like the tossing of garbage, you know. Oh, I'm finished with my Maccas. Let's just throw it into this beautiful wilderness. Because Macca's wrappers are just as nice to look at as the beautiful wilderness. Don't do that, people. Come on. We're all Aussies. This is our lovely country. You know, we don't need to turn it into a toilet bowl, do we? So I will strap this onto the back of my pack and dispose of it when I can find a suitable place. I have carried, and here's the thing that, this is maybe why it gets my goat a little bit. You'll have someone in a car, which is basically a bin on wheels, you know. Eat your hamburger, put the wrapper on the ground next to you, the floor of your passenger seat. All fine. I have carried empty bottles and my own, you know, protein bar wrappers and stuff for like 50 or 60 kilometers on foot over 2-3 days before I could dispose of the garbage, you know, rather than just dump it somewhere. And you can't just drive it home 5 minutes, leaving it on the floor of your car. I know, that's judgy. Don't be judgy, Captain Australia. You're right, I'm sorry. But I do think it's crap. And, you know, it's like stuff in the ocean. It goes in the ocean, wildlife dies, don't do that. So, old man ramble, old man rant. I'm going to get going. My pack, by the way, 25 kilos if it's a kilo. It's 20, it's heavy now. But I tolerate it really well. Lifting it up, putting it on my back is only, I need a little bit of swearing to do that. But once it's up there, all good. Blake says, where are you at the moment, Cap? I'm 28k out of Ulladulla. Phil Parnell, hey mate, where did you end up? I'm going to camp about 18k outside Ulladulla, Phil. So I'm still going to walk for a little bit this afternoon. And then I'll roll in. I should get into Ulladulla before noon tomorrow, mate. Matt Gann, enjoy the bottle of water, legend. Cheers. Thank you, Matt. Angie, I've lost your sound. Can anybody else not hear me or hear me? We're about to wind up anyway, so maybe if the sound has died, I'll use that as an excuse. Stay safe. You can't be safe on a skateboard, man. Nah, if it's safe, it's a holiday, not an adventure. So I'm on an adventure. I think I swallowed a bug. I do not have COVID. I have radiation-affected airways, so I often have a dry cough because I don't make saliva anymore. There we go. Sounds still good. So sorry, it might be a problem at your end, my friend. Safe travels. Okay, Diane. All the best, everybody. I might be able to do a chatty stream tonight, depending on if there's any service at the point where I camp. Otherwise, I'll upload some photos. You'll get to see the lovely Coralie and her mum and some of the other great people that I've met on the road today. And if worst comes to worst, tomorrow I'll be streaming from Ulladulla. You're back, lol. Can hear again. Good. Camp at Kwama. I don't know where that is. I will try to camp there It sounds like a very pleasant place, and I am going to investigate this one. However, my priority is just getting 10 kilometers more down the road. If it is too far or too short, I will not guarantee I'm going to camp at Kwama. I may or I may not, but I will try to get 10 kilometer minimum towards Aladala. Okay. Why am I talking like this? I do not know. Something is wrong with the, the thinking meat in this part of my brain. Good on your buddy, says Stephen. All right, cheers. From the poo. From the pink panther? I don't know. Arch says you sound like Dracula. No, Dracula's like, I want to suck your blood. I don't know, that's all terrible. I don't know what's going on. It is 10k from Cobargo when you get there. Okay? Alright. Oh, Redback Jones. Boom, boom. He's a genuine Aussie hero. It's Redback Jones. Boom, boom. He drives a motorcycle, beats up bad guys. Redback Jones. Ricky Jenkins, can you please stream from the pub tomorrow? Yeah, if everybody's happy and nobody's shy and I'm not going to embarrass anybody, love to. I'll set up on power so we don't run out of juice, and we'll just stream for 3 hours all the pub related shenanigans and chatting, yeah? So I'll do my very best, because I think there's going to be a bunch of people there all ready to talk about all of this sort of stuff. So yes, it will be a lovely chance to make the big walk a bit more social. So all the very best. I got to get moving before the dark catches up to me in the storm. Oh yeah, okay, those clouds over there are starting to look, oh, you probably can't tell with the phone there. Whoops. Yeah, that probably just looks a bit overcast to you, but I can tell those clouds want to open up and say, we're angry at you, Captain Australia. Yeah, and the wind's kicking in too. Alright, I'm going to get going, try and make some Ks before I pitch camp. Take care of yourselves, all the best.